There is a lot that is going on in our country politically. And we are talking about Mudavadi not being happy in Ruto's government, Raila's men not being happy in this government. Ruto and Raila's plan to ensure that Ruto wins the 2027 elections. So a lot is going on politically, and a lot is happening in our country right now. There is a lot that they want you to know, and there is even more that they don't want you to know. It is a hidden secret, a hidden card that will ensure that Ruto maintains this seat, that will ensure that Ruto is re-elected in 2027. Welcome back to Sophia Live. Now, last month, Ruto and Raila Odinga came together through a memorandum of understanding, and they presented it to us, this MOU, and with 10 issues captured in this document, telling us how these they're going to solve the social, politically, and economic challenges in our country. But there is one thing that you must know that these people don't want to know as at now. Know that these people sign an agreement that Ruto must be elected in 2027. This is the MOU that brought together Ruto and Raila. These other 10 issues that we were presented last month, it is just to ensure that we keep to ensure that the public is busy, the public has something to talk about, the public concentrate on something else, while the two of them know that the only thing that brought them together is about 2027 elections, and the only major issue is for Raila Odinga to ensure that Ruto is re-elected in 2027. How are they going to do it, or how is Raila Odinga going to do it? Here is how Raila is going to do it. Now, you see, the ODM party has made it clear that in 2027 they are going for these seats, despite their coalition with the UDA party, despite the recent coalition in terms of the broad-based government. So Ruto and Raila Odinga came together and agreed that Raila Odinga has numbers, and these numbers must ensure that Ruto is re-elected in 2027. ODM has made it clear that they are going for these seats. Raila Odinga has made it clear that he will be vying in 2027. Raila has made it clear that it is not an open, that is not to forego his ambitions, that in 2027 he will be in the ballot. But is this the real time that Raila Odinga feels that he is going to win this seat? No. This time round is different. You see, in 2002, in 2007, in 2013, in 2017, and in 2022, Raila Odinga had ambition that I want to occupy the house on the hill, that I want to be the president of this republic. I want to be the president of the Republic of Kenya. But that didn't happen. Now, Raila Odinga is coming back in 2027, this time round with a different ambitions. His ambitions is not to occupy the state house, but his ambition is to ensure that Ruto is re-elected in 2027. Here is how they are going to do it. Our constitution allows that, or says that the only presidential candidate is announced a winner once he acquires 50% plus one total votes. So Raila Odinga and Ruto wamekaa chini wakaona that in 2027 it is not possible to secure that. It is not possible to do it in the first round. So the only way to ensure that is by ensuring that Raila Odinga maintains his numbers. In 2022 elections, Raila got 6.7, I guess, votes, 6.7 million votes. Correct me if I'm wrong. 6.7 or 6.9 million votes. So they believe that Raila Odinga can maintain these numbers, and this is the numbers that they are eyeing in 2027. So Raila Odinga will be in the ballot. not because he wants to be the president of the Republic of Kenya, but because he wants to consolidate his base. Raila wants to ensure that the turn-up in Nyanza region is so high. Raila wants to ensure that other regions that have been voting for him turns up to vote. You said there has been discussions that if Raila Odinga is not going to be in the ballot in 2027, we are going to witness a lower turnout in Nyanza region. And this is something that Ruto don't want it to happen. In coastal region, you see the areas that have been voting for Raila Odinga, some of them are already say that if it is not Raila Odinga, then there is no need to wake up and vote in 2027. So to ensure that Raila Odinga maintains this number, Raila Odinga is going to vie in 2027. So we will have Ruto, we'll have Raila Odinga, and we'll have others. I don't know if they are going to be Matiang'i or going to be David Maraga or Okiya Omtata, but we're going to have different candidates. So these people know that once Raila Odinga is there, is going to create this picture that it is going to be a tight race, that is going to be a Raila and Ruto thing, as it's always been. That this is a two-horse race between Raila Odinga and Ruto, blah, 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 and all that. But this is to ensure that people in Nyanza turn up to vote. Now, in the first round, there are not going to be winners. In the first round, Ruto is not going to get 50% plus one total votes. Raila Odinga is not going to get that. Even the third, I don't know if it is the Kinarigiji team, is not going to get that. This is their calculations. So the IEBC will announce for another election day, and this is where Raila Odinga will stand and tell the public that I am supporting Ruto. And through this, the calculations tells them that Raila Odinga voters will automatically cast their votes in Ruto's basket. So this is their calculations that we must maintain this. We must maintain these numbers. Raila Odinga must in the ballot, not because he wants to be the president, but because to collect those numbers, to ensure that the Nyanza region turns up, to ensure that the areas that have been voting for Raila Odinga turns up. Once that is achieved, of course, the winner will not be the first round of the elections will not give us the winner, and in the second round, Raila Odinga will announce that he's stepping down to support Ruto, and that is where this regime is eyeing, and this is where they feel like once Raila Odinga announced that, all the votes, all the people, whether it is 3 million, 2, or 1.5, or 4 million, all these that would have cast vote to Raila will automatically follow Raila's Odinga's word and vote for Ruto. It is a game that the public is not aware of. It is a game that these two people knows that. Ruto understands very well that it doesn't have numbers at all. Ruto, as we speak, doesn't have numbers. You see this public exchange of words with Akina Sifuna. The ODM party wants to create this perception that the ODM stands with the people. No, Edwin Sifuna is pretending. Edwin Sifuna is the man that the ODM party is using to ensure that close relation with the public. You see, in the past, ODM has been a party that people have been saying that it stands with the people and protect people, respect democracy, respect rule of law, follow constitution, and all these things. So once Raila Odinga joined Ruto, all these was swept away. People are like, oh, so ODM is all about interest, is all about their self-interest, is not about the people. So ODM wants that perception to be washed away, and that is why you will several times here before the 2027 election, Edwin Sifuna and Ruto will go on each other. That the scenario we witnessed yesterday is just one of the many that is going to come up. So they Edwin Sifuna will be used. At some point, we'll say Edwin Sifuna defend the public, Edwin Sifuna stand with the people, Edwin Sifuna hashtag so you stop abductions and all that. Not because they're doing so because his party stands with that. No, it is because they want to ensure that the ODM, the old ODM that people have been giving the respect to ODM about it, a party that is, respect the rule of law, a party that you see all these things that we've been imagining that ODM is. That is what they want to maintain. But the sole reason that Edwin Sifuna has the courage, the space to hit Ruto in front of Raila Odinga is to just to create this perception that the ODM party is not fully in this government, and that the ODM party is still calls for democracy, good governance, rule of law, constitutionalism, and all that. But that is not the case. They want their number to be maintained. They want to contain their number so that they can easily transfer these numbers to Ruto in 2027. It is a long way. It is going to be, I don't think that the Gen Z, the people, the opposition are ready for it, but they should, because in politics, our politics is rough and you must be ready for it. So forget about the 9 issues or the 10 issues that was presented by Raila Odinga and Ruto in last month through MOU and all that. No. The only memorandum of understanding that the public were not told is Raila Odinga made an agreement with Ruto that I have numbers, I have people still support me, and the only reason we are making we're doing this coalition thing is to ensure that I help you re-elected in 2027. This is the only reason Ruto and Raila Odinga are together. And this is the only reason we've seen that Raila's people have invested a lot from this government. You see the likes of Akina Ndindi Nyoro were thrown out, the likes of those people, the UDA people who were occupying these committee seats walifukuzwa, and Raila peoples were brought in, not because that they're doing so because they hate Suju, Akina Ndindi Nyoro, Suju they hate, no, because the agreement is Raila Odinga must ensure that Ruto is re-elected in 2027, and Raila Odinga's demands were that I have numbers and you must give me this. This is what I want. So it is, as Babu Wino put it, it is a long con game. It is a long con game. For you to understand these people, you just need to read what they are not telling you. You have not forget about the memorandum of understandings, 9 issues, so do the ODM parties, do what? No. This that they are not telling you is what they intend to achieve. So Raila Odinga and the Ruto's coalition is solely to ensure that Ruto is re-elected in 2027. That is it from me for now. Thanks for watching. This is Sophia Live.